Hey guys, Wolf, I'm back with another video. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Even Soul Calibur's been out a while now. It's been out about a month now. I haven't put up a video. Have I even played? I've played a bit. I should have probably put up a video earlier than this. You probably would have expected me to put up a video earlier than this. But alas, here we are. And before I start this, I'm going to apologise about the gameplay. I don't really have any saved, so I'm about to play some games. It might be a set against somebody, it might just be me just beating the crap out of scrubs. You never know on ranked. That's all it seems to be on there, just scrub central. But yeah, so sorry if the gameplay's rubbish. It will get better over time. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, let me move on to what I was going to actually talk about. My feelings about the game, that'll probably come into another video. But what I want to talk about is what I've been doing in fighting games from the back end of Soul Calibur 5 to now, because that's important in terms of my tournament fighting game player development, I guess. So what I've been doing is I've been playing Street Fighter I've been obviously doing other stuff in my life, but I'm not gonna bore you with those kind of details. But in terms of fighting games and competition, it's been Street Fighter. Now in Street Fighter, I'm not a top player. I'm kind of a medium level player. But the thing about Street Fighter is Street Fighter, in terms of rounding me out as a player, really did help. So when I first started playing Soul Calibur, I was essentially taught the game by Fury. You might have seen him in a couple of my vids, but he taught me a lot of how to play the game, how to play neutral, stop spamming 2A. I still spam 2A now, but there's more thought behind it. Before I was just doing it because, you know, this is a good move, herp derp derp, let me just mash this move out. But yeah. Yeah, so I was essentially taught the game by Fury from like a feel kind of perspective. Eventually I started learning about frames and that kind of thing, but I used to go into tournaments just thinking, I'm playing Pat, I'm going to rush you down. That's it. I never used to go into games with a game plan. I never go into matches talking about I'm going to play the matchup in this way, I'm going to play this player like this because he's different, blah blah blah. And towards the back end of Soul Calibur 5, I felt like I was losing to people like Shad, who I would usually beat towards the middle of Soul Calibur. Well, I guess I don't want to say Soul Calibur's lifespan, but my lifespan within Soul Calibur. So I started losing to like Shad, and I guess when Keeves like moved to Cervantes, I started losing to him. Kisona, I was losing to in tournament. Kira, I was losing to in tournament. And at the time, I didn't think that. I just thought I was having a bad day. You know, I was nervous, blah blah blah. But the thing about those nerves is that those nerves kick in when you aren't prepared. If you feel like you can go into a game and it can go either way, from one perspective, like I used to know the matchup to a certain degree, like I knew what Cervantes could do, and I knew what my character could do, but that's knowing the matchup on a very kind of basic level. I didn't know every situation. If Cervantes is here and I'm here, what do I do? You know, like it's just, I've got 6-6B, if he's at a range where I can hit 6-6B, I'll use it. But that's not going to win you every game. You might beat the scrubs with that because, you know, you can just kind of out-neutral them and out-footsie them, but it's not going to win everything. So, yeah, I started losing. So towards the start, Republic of Fighters, the first one I went to, I came second. And then I went to another French tournament, I came 5th. I went to Republic of Fighters 3, I came 5th. I think I won an Edge Master series in between that, but it was quite a low turnout and it was towards the back end when not a lot of people were playing the game. But yeah, I won that, and I think I came 2nd or 3rd at one of the older ones. And at that point, I think when I came 3rd, I felt like I just gave up with the game. There weren't a lot of people playing, and I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't, I didn't feel like I could develop as much as I wanted to with my lack of scene. But that shouldn't have been an excuse for me at the time. If I wanted to develop, I would have put in the effort to develop, right? So yeah, so I didn't, in terms of being well-rounded, yeah, like I was saying, I was talking about Street Fighter, right? In terms of being well-rounded from a fighting game player perspective, Street Fighter really helped, because in Street Fighter I was coming in as a complete noob. Like I knew the mind games are hard to play, but when people are like jumping at you and doing all this kind of stuff, and you have to deal with Bison and putting you in plus frames for 20 minutes, then yeah, that's when it started getting rough for me. I didn't really understand where to go from there. So Street Fighter you're going to get to a certain point where you have to start labbing stuff. You have to go into training mode. And when I was playing Soul Calibur, I used to, it was like a, I don't want to say it was arrogance, but it was a certain level of pride for me that I did not have to go into training mode and practice stuff. Just, oh yeah, I can beat your character without ever having to lab a damn thing. There's no pride in that. I'm realising now that there's no pride. It's like when people brag about not playing the game a lot and still being good. There's no pride in that. If you're still good at the game and you don't play a lot, then you obviously have natural ability within the game. But if you aren't winning tournaments, then there's no brag. You can play the game a lot, you can play the game a little bit. If you aren't winning tournaments, there's nothing to brag about, in my opinion. So I'm there for the top spot. As you can probably hear from the way I'm talking about the competition, I'm there for the top spot and that's it. So Street Fighter, you'll hit a level where you have to start labbing. And if you want to get to that absolute top level, where the top level players are they're labbing every single situation. You get hit by Bison's down forward +1. What are his options from that position? All of his options. If he jumps, what can I do? If he dashes forward, what can I do? Can I react to the jump as well? Can I react to a jump as well as react to the dash? If I can't, I have to choose one. And that's another thing that you learn from Street Fighter, especially Street Fighter 5, where there's so much input lag, is focusing on one thing at a time rather than trying to react to 9 different things happening on the screen, because you'll never be able to do it. Your human brain can only focus on so many things, especially within a given reaction time, or possible reaction time. So yeah, in terms of being well-rounded, Street Fighter really helped me with that. I never became a top player within Street Fighter, but I feel like that's more due to me liking Ken too much to drop him, and I guess me not playing the game enough compared to a lot of the top players. So obviously, so in Street Fighter, some of the top players are playing that for a job, and I obviously can't compete with that. I've got a 9 to 5 now, living that drone lifestyle. Anyway, but yeah, so I feel like now I'm a lot more well-rounded as a player. So I'm jumping into a new game. Obviously, it's new, but it's not completely new. Like it's still Soul Calibur at the end of the day. Neutral has been nerfed, which I'm not happy about whatsoever. But I'm going to get into my feelings about the game. That can come into another video. But yeah, yeah. So I feel like I'm much better, well-rounded as a player. I'm taking this game serious, which I don't feel like I ever took Soul Calibur particularly serious. I would just happen to be good at it, and so I just started attending tournaments. You know, it's just one of those things. But now I'm labbing situations, I'm labbing characters, especially the characters I don't like. So looking at you, Voldo. In 5, I used to get beaten by Max 2. I never used to lab a damn thing. Just be like, oh, I'm not touching that character. He's AIDS. Now the character still AIDS, but I will pick him up and lab him. That's the difference now. Put myself in situations where I don't want to do certain things is now what I push myself to do. So it's the same in Street Fighter. Like, I hate the character Fang, but at the end of the day, if you're getting bodied by a Fang, you damn sure better pick up Fang and learn what that character can do in every situation. And in terms of tournaments, number one, I'm playing matchups the way I want to play them, not the way I feel like I should be playing them. Oh, I'm playing Pat, so I'm just going to rush everybody down the same. No, we don't do that anymore. We play matchups specifically. Number one, we play matchups to the character. Number two, we play matchups to the player. We do research before we do these things. We aren't out here just doing anything when we turn up at tournaments now. I want that feeling of when you sit down in the chair next to somebody and you know exactly how that first round's going to plan out because you've planned it in your mind and I've practiced it. That's what we're out here doing now. So, in terms of what I'm telling you in this video, is that I'm serious. That's what I'm saying. I'm serious. But yeah, I will be back with more videos. I will bring back ruining randoms in ranked, because the words ruining randoms could never have been more true in this game, because it's just scrub central, like I said at the start of the video. It's just crap players all over, to be honest. It's either the ones that just play ranked non-stop, or it's just garbo players. So I'll bring that back, probably dump a few characters in there and just post up a vid, live comp. Unfortunately, the online in this game isn't very good, so I don't feel like I would be playing online tournaments. But I will be attending more or less every tournament I can outside of online. So after those tournaments, I'll come back and I'll talk to you guys about how I did, how I felt about the tournament, what I'm going to do for next time. And the thing about that kind of, I guess it's like a therapeutic thing, but it's not necessarily for you, it's partly for me as well. So me getting those kind of things off my chest is obviously going to be good for me in terms of, number one, keeping myself accountable, and number two, just saying them. Saying things out loud is much better for you than keeping it locked inside. Even if you're thinking it, you saying it is much, much better. But anyway, this video's about 10 minutes. And I ain't even monetizing this bit. So, yeah, thanks for listening. I'll see you guys soon. Catch you later. Safe.
Battle 4. Fight! Let us begin. Lie down. And stand. Amy! Take my steel! KO! Ever fight a witcher? Guess not.